The 19th century marked an increased interest in England's medieval past. One of the effects was the emergence of the Gothic revival style. In the tower's architecture, this was manifested when the New Horse Armoury was built against the south face of the White Tower in 1825. By 1834, the Royal Menagerie had been relocated to the newly created London Zoo, and the Lion's Tower was demolished soon after. In 1841, the inhabitants had suffered a number of deaths and hospitalisations due to poor water supply. The decision had been made to convert the moat into a dry ditch in the attempt to improve the sanitary conditions. By 1845, most of the drainage and infilling work had been complete. After the Grand Storehouse burnt down in 1841, work had begun on the building of a vast new barracks for 1,000 men. Named the Waterloo Barracks after the Duke of Wellington's greatest victory, this new building espouses a castellated Gothic style. Today it is a home to the Jewel House. In addition to the Waterloo Barracks, the Royal Engineers provided separate officers' quarters, now the Royal Fusilier Museum, to the northeast, very much in the same style. A new main guard was created out of the storehouse erected in 17th century to the north of the Wakefield Tower. The year 1846 also saw demolition of various private houses and storage spaces. In 1851, a dedicated ticket office was created by the entrance. The tower has been a visitor attraction since the 18th century, but numbers of tourists increased dramatically in the 1800s. Visitors were fascinated by the stories of England's turbulent and sometimes gruesome history. The increasing obsession for a neo-Gothic architectural style led to the tower's greatest transformation since the 13th century. Most of the modern additions that concealed the medieval fabric were demolished, and large parts of the castle given the new medieval look, for better or for worse, and the appearance they retain today. The authorities saw that the ramparts were cleared and modified for modern weapons. Some portions of the walls were restored to the medieval look, while others were not, probably due to the availability of funding over the years. Subsequently, construction of shell-proof casemates began against the outer ward walls, and in 1856 a new northern bastion was built midway between Legs Mount and Brass Mount to fill the gap in tower defences. The end of the 19th century saw more clearance of buildings underway. Between 1879 and 1885, the Horse Armoury, the Eastern Annex and the Ordnance Office were demolished. The front of the tower was exposed and a new entrance created. Lanthorn Tower was reconstructed as well. By 1900s, the Tower of London had reached its final appearance and remained mostly unchanged to this day. The year 1894 marks the completion of the Tower Bridge. It is a distinct landmark that complements and provides iconic background to the Tower of London. In the 20th and 21st centuries, tourism had been the Tower's primary role, with the remaining routine military activities. A detachment of the Royal Regiment of Fusiliers still mounts a guard at the Tower, and with the Yeoman Warders, takes part in the ceremony of keys each day. On several occasions through the year, gun salutes are fired from the Tower. Although only one bomb fell on the Tower of London in the First World War, it landed harmlessly in the moat. The Second World War left a greater mark. On the 23rd of September 1940, during the Blitz, high explosive bombs damaged the castle, destroying several buildings and narrowly missing the White Tower. Northern Bastion and the guardhouse were never rebuilt. After the war, the Tower of London was reopened to the public. Since 1990, the Tower of London has been cared for by an independent charity, Historic Royal Palaces, which receives no funding from the government or the Crown. In 1988, the Tower of London was added to the UNESCO list of World Heritage Sites, in recognition of its global importance and to help conserve and protect the site. However, recent developments, such as the construction of skyscrapers nearby, have pushed the tower towards being added to the United Nations Heritage in Danger list. Thank you for watching part 4 of the animated history of the Tower of London. Please like and subscribe. And if you like the work I'm doing and would like to support me further, feel free to buy me a coffee by clicking the link below.